Hello everybody, welcome back to Dominions. We are continuing our recording of the tournament finals where we were playing as MA Ulm. It is now turn 11, and we have a messenger from Naba. It says, greetings and salutations to the greatest crafters the world has ever seen. The queens of the desert will be frequent customers in these times of bloodshed, and the forges of Ulm have the finest tools for such a task. We hope to establish mutually profitable trade relations and would like to know when you will be open for business. Do I send him a reply? No, but I might contact him in Discord. So I know through chat. I think I figured out that Naba is somewhere around here. So he borders Jotunheim and Ind. So he's kind of stuck in this area over here. Let's look at our expansions. Oh, yeah, we had, 14 Black Knights against Long Dead Horsemen was never really in question. And we pinged the throne up here because this is really weak troops, but we're not sure what kinds of mages we have. And unfortunately, it's Skelly Spam. So Skelly Spam with also Blood Slaves. So even though these are weak troops, we do have to make sure we bring sort of overwhelming numbers to make sure that we don't get outrun by the Skelly Spam. If we, honestly, 15 heavy cav would kill these indie forces, but they might get overrun, and our folks in the back line here, they might start to wrap around with all this mage support. Anyways, but it's not bad. It's not like fire elementals or something like that. Okay. So troop movements, we've got units here, but I'm taking all these extra indie crossbowmen that I've been recruiting and moving them here so that next turn I can attack confidently into these militia and heavy cav. Meanwhile, down here, the reason I had attacked here in large numbers was because I didn't know, what the status of all these provinces was going to be, and I didn't know what the deal was going to be with Ind, right? So we know that Ind controls these provinces. We don't see it anymore because of the special effect of their dominion. But as you can see from here, we have the choice of going down here, up here, into here. This one is actually kind of safe for us now because it's behind. We don't have to rush for this. We should either go here or here or here. I'm interested in going here because Hobart crossbows are pretty hilarious. And also that would be a nature mage, potentially, not always, but sometimes. And this is a farmland. But I don't know oh, actually I see now that Ind is over here. So this is not his cap circle, but it's getting pretty close. Like this is far from my cap and close to his. So that's why I'm going here with strength in numbers, and from here I could then loop around this way and grab all of this land over here, which would be a pretty nice catch. So that is the current plan. Notice we have a second Earth 3 dude. We still have no air randoms, no astral randoms. We are getting really bad luck in terms of our randoms. Let's move on to turn 12. The spy infiltrating us is the Omniscience mod. This is Lucid trying to get some score graphs. Okay, we fought against the Hobergs, didn't lose anybody, and we even got a Sword of Swiftness, so that's nice. This means that, but unfortunately, if we look here, we get Hoberg crossbows, but only the Hoberg champion, not the Hoberg mages. Now, either before this turn or right after this turn, I did actually talk to Ind, and we worked out borders, and I was able to get this province, but he is going to take this province up here. But that's okay, because I still get this really rich province over here. Now, down here, I forget what we had agreed on exactly, but I'm definitely going to make a play for it, so I'm going here, and I intend next turn to go down here. And I believe this turn we're also finally going to get rid of these heavy cav up here. So that is the plan for continued expansion. Still no air or astral randoms. We've gotten Conjuration 3, so we can do Earth Power. Now we need to get to Construction 3 for Legions of Steel. We in terms of infrastructure, we've got our Palisades that should be up next turn. Oh, 2 more turns. But we did get a lab built over here. And I think we're targeting this province over here for our next bit of infrastructure. Let's keep going. Turn 13. Messenger from Vanarus. Word floating around through Diplo is that Ys has been thoroughly trouncing Atlantis underwater, having already killed Atlantis' god and pushing the remnants of its army back to its capital. It would be a good idea to lock down the throne at 125 as soon as possible if you think you can do it before Ys finds itself with a free hand again. Let me know if you have your eye on Pythium or Jotunheim already. We have basically no border, so there isn't much value in hostilities between us, but mutual profit is still a possibility if the diplomatic situation happens to shake out that way. So this is a message from Vanarus. By the way, this is the heavy cav battle. Turns out there were 11 heavy cav in that province, so it's a good thing we waited until we had big numbers. And the heavy cap actually loops around our front line and smashes into our flank, which is why we lost a couple of our own heavy cav. But overall, we came away with not too many casualties. Okay, and just in terms of remaining troop movements, we are indeed going to go smash into these barbarians. This is a big pile of barbarians, and remember what happened last time. We took a fair number of losses, so that's why we're going in with like 20 guys. And after that, we can backfill here, and go up here. Meanwhile, since all of this has already been taken, what we're doing with this army is we are going to consolidate with more reinforcements coming up here, and we're just going to march, and we're going to take this throne up here. I do believe at this time I have signed a NAP with Jotunheim. If not, it is very soon. I don't remember the exact turn I signed it on. Obviously, with Ind, we negotiated borders last turn, and so I'm pretty sure we also signed the NAP as part of that. Now, let me take a moment here. I did want it to go to turn 15, but let's actually take a moment and talk about sort of our matchups in the first wars, because Vanarus is also talking about this. So, no matter how good or bad the matchup is here, going to war with Vanarus doesn't make sense. There's only one province through which we could do it. Jotunheim, at this moment in time, I'm thinking is a bad matchup for me. Now, this is the new Jotunheim. Jotunheim can... Well, here's my thinking here, and my thinking, I think, has changed on this, but my thinking is, so Jotunheim is a strong nation. They have turbo communions, they have great thugs in the Scradi, they can also just do sacred giants, and they've got, foul vapors, which are easy to get if you're going to go to Enchantment 5 anyways for Skelly spam. So what concerns me is that although my guys, like any two-handed human with big axes, is a great giant killer in general, I'm concerned that in any large engagement, I'm going to face foul vapors and not going to be able to win. Plus, a lot of the guys have a built-in chill aura, so if he were to do like rigor mortis, that would be pretty nasty. My guys have pretty bad endurance, and especially if we're going to go fight in cold 3, these guys, they've got a lot of encumbrance just because of wearing plate. If they were in cold 3 with grip of winter, rigor mortis, and a chill aura, my guys would fall asleep instantaneously. So I'm a bit concerned about fighting Jotunheim. Ind and Pythium are astral nations, which is also bad because we have terrible magic resistance. We're really vulnerable to that. Now the thing is I do hit my power, my maximum power much earlier than these guys do. In the late game, Pythium is going to be super scary. In the early game, they've got what, like, shield guys with javelins. Like, their troops are really weak. Ind also kind of takes a while to get rolling. They have sacreds, right, that they recruit from their capital, but honestly, they're not great sacreds, and my guardians would completely chew them to pieces. They can recruit in some of their provinces. They get the Gogs and the Gog Reavers. Those are one of the few recruitable troops that I think would actually match pretty well against Ulm troops, because they do a lot of damage, have a lot of attacks per turn, so they could actually chew through my armor. But that does take a little while to get online. You have to go build a fort on the right province type and start recruiting them. But the problem with fighting in is that it's really far away from my cap, so the reinforcement distance would take a long time. Now, there's a possibility I end up bordering Van here, and this border is very thin. Fighting Vanheim could be a thing. Elf nations are kind of annoying to fight in general, but sacred elves are really not scary for me. They rely on a lot of defense, but they don't hit particularly hard. So they're not really going to be able to kill my guys really hard with their vans, and I'll be able to kind of chew through them with my guardians. They do have, the two-handed berserker dudes, so, I think it would be a bit of a slugfest. I think my units in general would be of superior quality, and I'd come out ahead. And until he gets arrow fenned, I could actually do quite a number on his troops with, Iron Blizzard and things like that. This could definitely be a matchup. We'd have to be interesting. So right now I'm leaning towards Pythium as my first target, with the idea being, let's go in there strong before they can get any real, big astral magic off. And let's just use our high quality units to just completely trounce his army. And whatever his mages are doing, he won't have enough of a chaff wall to hold us back. So that's my thinking. I tell Vanarus I'm just now getting some scouts into Pythium and Jotunheim, so hopefully I have a better idea of what is going on there shortly. As for the coastal throne, it turns out that it is protected by a fairly massive army with Springhawks and an Anunnaki. This is the throne that's right here on the coast. It'll be hard for anybody to take it soon. We will have to keep an eye out for East, though, since I hear he has high shock resistance in his Bless, so his Movarks might still be able to make quick work of those Indies, which would otherwise wreck a normal army. So, apparently he has a Rainbow Bless. Yeah, East does. By the way, East's cap is here, and Atlantis' cap is somewhere here, and it looks like East is winning this war. This is a nasty throne to take because of the Springhawks, which are really nasty. Living Statues are pretty bad too. But with shock resistance, with high shock resistance, Movark Knights might be able to make short work of this. So that is something to keep in mind. I'm certainly not going to walk into that, willingly for a very long time. But I can certainly make sure that East doesn't get it. I have found in other games that Ulm tends to have a pretty good matchup against East because they rely on their sacreds, and we have a unit that is like designed to kill sacreds. So I'm not super worried, in terms of being able to fight an Eastian army. I wouldn't want to fight a war because of the asymmetrical warfare, dealing with fighting versus an underwater nation. That's something I don't want to get involved with. So we'll see how that situation evolves. Anyways, those are my thoughts right now in terms of who I might go after next. Why don't we get a couple more turns in, and then we'll call it an episode. Let's go to turn 14. There was a battle here, Black Knights against the Barbarians. So it turns out there were 38 Barbarians. We killed them all with no casualties. Oh, and now we have Construction 3. Legions of Steel on cavalry like this is absolutely bonkers. First of all, Legions of Steel has a huge AoE, so it really grabs almost everybody. And now these guys have 26 protection. They used to have 23. Guys, 26 protection is like mid-game actually geared up thug level protection. And all I've done is cast one spell that all my mages can cast on any one of my chaff units can get 26 protection. These barbarians do 24 slashing damage, which is considered like super, super high DPS, very scary. I have 2 more protection than that, so I'm taking maybe chip damage on a successful hit. All units are really, really beefy in the early game. Unexpected event, Blood Slaves +5, that's nice. Earth Gems +5, sure, I'll take it. Okay, so we have secured this southern border over here. We also have access to the throne here, which incidentally is the Golden Throne. This would be a great get for me. However, I don't feel confident that I could win this. So we did not negotiate who gets this throne between Ind and myself. And I was very tempted to go for it here. Now I'm pretty confident these troops would beat this, although the horse tribe for sure. But you never know what mage is hiding there. And the issue is Ind might have been pulling up a big army, and he might be going for a big devastating blow here with a big army with mage support. So the risk of a bump is high, and I'm not confident I would come out ahead. Instead, I am going to, and I'm not going to go in here because like Vanheim is right here. I don't want to get in his cap circle. So this is mine. I could take it anytime I want. So is this. What we're going to do instead is we're going to regroup here, and we're going to take this province here with the heavy cavalry. Because I don't know what's going on underwater. This was not taken yet. But if East is really beating Atlantis up, he could easily be taking this stuff. And East doesn't have to go underwater first. He'd be better off getting the coast if he could. And this is a high quality province, so I definitely want to make sure I secure this before East gets the chance. We are starting our palisades up here. Still, no air randoms, no astral randoms. That's life. Okay. One last turn. Turn 15. Oh, not much happening here. Alright, well, we will end it on this turn then. We'll end the episode here, basically. So what is happening here is... Oh, I've been recruiting the Indie Hobergs because they're cute. We are going to take on these this heavy cav with a whole bunch of our own heavy cav, which is nice. We are moving into position to get this throne with our army here. We still have no randoms because why would you have randoms? I've started making a few dwarven hammers because I'm expecting I'll be able to make some alquils one day, maybe, perhaps, if the game would like. So far, no luck. In terms of research, we're heading down evocation. We're going to go to evocation 6. We're going to hit that power spike, and hopefully we're going to have success with it. We can see here that Naba and Jotunheim are fighting already, and I believe, although Naba is raiding pretty efficiently, I think things have... There's been at least one battle, I think, that went for Jotunheim. Here he's got mostly the camel riders. These are just archers that have a little falcon that, spawns at the beginning of the battle. They could be annoying, especially versus mages or versus archers. I'm not sure giants care too much about them, so this might not go so well for Naba. We'll have to see in the next few turns. Okay, that's going to be it for now. After 15 turns, we've blocked off a decent amount of land despite some early fumbles in our expansion. We're going to have this throne because Vanrus isn't really going to loop around here, and Jotunheim is fighting a war already, so he can't afford to send a real army here. So we're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 provinces, which, although we started a little slow in terms of our expansion, that is actually quite a reasonable number. It's, better than average. So I can't complain about that at the end of the day. Let's see what we manage to do with it later on. So that's going to be it for now. Thank you guys for watching. Take care.